Hey y'all, let me hit you with this. Is Jerry Jones playing it safe, or is he flat out stuck in the past? The Dallas Cowboys are sitting on a gold mine of talent, but with Mike McCarthy's playoff struggles and whispers of Mike Tomlin taking over, it feels like this franchise is spinning its wheels. Fans deserve more than another year of excuses and heartbreak. Don't you think so? Here's the real question. Are we going to keep riding this roller coaster, or is it time for Dallas to make a bold, Texas-sized move and rewrite history? Hey folks, let's pull up a chair and have a little chat about something mighty important for us Cowboys fans, Mike McCarthy's future. Now, whether you're kicking back with brisket on the smoker or hollering at the TV every Sunday, I reckon y'all have plenty to say about this. So grab your Dr. Pepper or crack open a cold one, because we're fixing to dive in deep into McCarthy's crossroads in Dallas. Let's not beat around the bush. There's still no word on whether Jerry Jones is sticking with McCarthy or sending him packing. Jerry's got his poker face on, but Cowboys Nation can read the room. The deadline's Tuesday, and if McCarthy's still twisting in the wind by then, he's free to wander. And don't y'all think for a second that other teams ain't got their eye on him. The rumor mill is already churning about the Chicago Bears sniffing around, eager as a dog after a steak bone. Thing is, McCarthy's regular season hasn't been too shabby, but come playoff time, shoot, it's been more heartbreak than highlight. So, do we stick with him, hoping next year's the charm, or should Jerry Jones saddle up and find a fresh face to steer this ship? That's the kind of decision that can make or break a season and a team. Now here's the kicker, y'all. This ain't just about wins and losses. It's about building a legacy. Dallas fans don't settle for good enough. We're chasing rings, history, and pride. McCarthy's tenure has had flashes of brilliance, but what's been missing is that edge, that fire, to take us all the way. Could he tweak the playbook, tighten up the defense, and rally the locker room? Or maybe what we need is a fresh perspective, someone who knows how to harness the raw talent we've got on this roster. We're talking about a franchise with names like Staubach, Smith, and Aikman. This ain't just a job, it's a calling, and the next move, whether it's sticking with McCarthy or not, has got to reflect that. So, here's the question for y'all. If you were Jerry Jones, would you roll the dice on McCarthy one more time? Or would you be searching for a coach who can lead us straight to the promised land? Word spreading about a wild idea from Jimmy Johnson that's got folks talking. A coach swap between the Cowboys and the Steelers. That's right, Mike McCarthy heads to Pittsburgh, and Mike Tomlin takes the helm in Dallas. Now, Tomlin's no small fry. He's been running the Steelers show since 2007, snagging a Super Bowl ring along the way. But let's not sugarcoat it. He hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. Kinda rings a bell, doesn't it? Tomlin's sitting pretty with a contract through 2027, pulling in $15 million a year. That's a fat stack, even for Jerry Jones' deep pockets. But here's the million-dollar question. Is Tomlin's leadership the spark the Cowboys need to light up the NFL? Or are we just trading one set of frustrations for another? This ain't your average poker game. It's a gamble with the whole Cowboy legacy on the line. Let's break it down, Cowboy style. Both McCarthy and Tomlin have their Super Bowl wins, but there's more to this rodeo. McCarthy is the guy who gets the job done. Kind of like that trusty ranch hand who keeps things running smooth but ain't exactly going to win you a rodeo. Tomlin, though, brings consistency. The Steelers rarely tank under his watch. But steady ain't always enough for a championship. Since 2009, the Steelers have been more in the playoffs than winning the playoffs. So, what's it going to be? Stick with McCarthy, who's like a reliable old pickup truck, or roll the dice on Tomlin and see if his leadership blends with the Cowboys' big swagger. It's a high-stakes decision, and Jerry Jones is the one holding the cards. Now here's something to chew on. The Cowboys ain't just a football team. They're a symbol of Texas pride. From the star on their helmets to the energy they bring to AT&T Stadium, fans don't settle for mediocrity. They want championships, glory, and that good old Texas grit. Tomlin could bring fresh eyes and new fire, but he's got to overcome years of playoff struggles. On the flip side, McCarthy's got the experience to guide a team, But does he have the it factor to bring home the Lombardi? All right, folks, let's not sugarcoat it. The Dallas Cowboys, bless their hearts, seem like they're stuck in a rut when it comes to making decisions. Jerry Jones and his front office have a knack for dragging their boots, and this McCarthy situation is a prime example. While teams like the Patriots are already locking in their plans for next season, the Cowboys are still sitting around scratching their heads. Now, this kind of hesitation isn't just annoying. It's downright baffling for fans and players alike. It sends a message no one wants to hear. That maybe, just maybe, the Cowboys don't have their act together. That ain't the Dallas way, y'all. This team is supposed to be about bold moves and championship dreams, not getting lost in endless indecision. Jerry needs to step up, grab the reins, and show some grit. If he doesn't, the Cowboys risk losing their edge and watching their hard-earned momentum with players like Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb on the roster. The Cowboys are sitting on pure gold. But talent ain't enough without leadership. So, who's the right person to take this team to the promised land? All right, y'all, let's talk straight. Cowboys fans ain't just any fans, we're family. And like any good Texan family, we've stuck together through thick and thin. But how much longer can we keep riding this roller coaster? One thing's for sure, Dallas deserves better. We're talking about a franchise with a legacy as big as Texas. Yet here we are, still waiting for them to show us what they're made of. It's time for the Cowboys to quit messing around and start delivering. That means getting the right folks in the right spots, coaches, players, even front office decision makers. No more half-baked excuses or promises that don't go anywhere. The Cowboys have always stood for pride, grit, and a whole lot of swagger. It's high time they started living up to that reputation instead of just talking about it. Now here's the deal, folks. Jerry Jones has a big OL decision to make. Should we stick with Mike McCarthy, or would someone like Mike Tomlin be a better fit for our Cowboys? Are these front office moves taking us closer to a Super Bowl, or are they just spinning their wheels? We've seen too many years of potential wasted on bad calls and missed opportunities. What's your take? Drop a comment below, share your 2 cents, and don't hold back. Also, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Y'all don't want to miss the next twist in this saga. Trust me, this ain't just a team, it's a lifestyle, and we're in this together. Let's be real here. This week's decisions could either make or break our Cowboys. We're talking about more than just another coach or player. We're talking about the future of America's team. A team that's supposed to represent grit, determination, and a never-back-down attitude. Right now, the Cowboys are at a crossroads. Stick to what ain't working, or take a bold leap into something new. But here's the kicker. Every fan knows this ain't just about talent on the field. It's about leadership, strategy, and a vision that stretches beyond this season. Does Jerry Jones have the guts to shake things up? Does McCarthy have what it takes to rally this team to greatness? Or is it time for a fresh face to step up and carry the weight of this legacy? Cowboys Nation, this is your call to arms. Are y'all ready to ride with whoever comes next? Or are we just settling for the same old song and dance? Let us know where you stand. And don't forget to keep it as fiery as your Texas pride.